Day 20.7 is live right now on Warframe, and this just brought us 4 new augment mods to take a look at today. I'll leave a link down in the description below to take you to the forums. You can see all the things they changed and fixed. But for the most part, I'm going to be talking about the augments only today, where to get them, what they do, and the best ways to use them. So, strap in, sit down, sit your sexy ass down. M.C.I.K is gonna inform you. It's gonna school you. He's gonna school you. He's gonna school that little puss. So these augments are gonna be for Chroma, Mag, Volt, and Excalibur. Like I said, four of my absolute favorite frames. If you're not aware how to get these, you can get them in 2 locations. You can either buy them from other players that have these already, and you can ask for a certain price. I think they're worth about maybe 20 platinum. The price can always vary. If you don't feel like going full Jew, there's always an alternative. You could buy these from the syndicates using your standings. Each different syndicate will have different offerings, and in those offerings there will be different augments. Some offerings may have other augments that other ones don't, and vice versa. So the first one is Chromatic Blade, and this can be obtained through Arbiters of Hexus or Steel Meridian for 25,000 standing. And by the way, these are all going to be 25,000 standing, so just getting it out of the way right now. Alright, the next one is for Volt. This is going to be Transistor Shield. This is going to be obtained in 2 syndicates as well. The first one is Arbiters of Hexus and Redveil. Those are the 2 syndicates that you can get Transistor Shield from. The next one is going to be for Chroma. This is going to be Guided Effigy, and this one can be obtained in 2 syndicates as well. Cephalon Pseudo will be the first, and the Appearance Sequence will be the second. And the last one is Magnetized Discharge, which is going to be for Mag, and this can be obtained on New Loca, and also through the Parent Sequence. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to go over all of the augments, explain them in a very simple way so you can understand this, and then kind of give you guys a little example. Alright, we'll start with one of my favorite ones, the one for Excalibur, which is Chromatic Blade. This is going to do kind of what Chroma does for his abilities. Whatever energy color you have on, that element will be kind of affected on your Exalted Blade. So, when using an Exalted Blade, whatever energy color you have on your Warframe on Excalibur, let's say you have red, then your Exalted Blade is going to deal fire damage. Not only that, it will also increase the status chance by 50%. So, oh my god, this is a really good mod to have. I think the best thing to do with this is to have a melee weapon that has, let's say for instance, the Endura. I have a corrosive build on here. We have corrosive, we have 421 corrosive. And then if we go over here, check out my color scheme, as you can see right here, we have purple. It's going to say right there that it is using the electricity element. But of course, if you switch it over to, let's say you want to go toxic damage, you can put it on a green. And there you go, it switches over there to toxic damage, but we are going to do purple for the sake of the video, because the purple, the electricity goes really well, it combos with the corrosive, it just kind of builds up more corrosive. So with this combination, after going up against a level 135 heavy gunner, it really, there's no comparison. Also, look at, I like the little effect too, look at that little extra little lightning, little electricity, I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, we have the element combo in here, we have the 50% more status chance, and we are just going to... Oh my, I almost died too, which is kind of funny. I mean, it's such a simple mod to use. You just put it on there, change whatever element you want. In this case, I want corrosive, but I'm sure viral would be amazing for certain builds. So yeah, overall, great augment, easy to use. All you gotta do is really slap it on there, and then you can change the elements out. Alright, next one on the list is Volt. So Volt's Transistor Shield. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to allow your allies to pick up electric shield, not just you. So it can be really helpful. You can put 4 of these down, and you and your teammates can all have a shield. Grab it, run around, and it will consume energy from your allies. I don't think it consumes energy from you. If all your teammates were holding it and it just kind of multiplied the amount of energy it consumes for the longer your teammates hold the shield, I think it'd be a little bit ridiculous. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm pretty sure it consumes the energy of the person that's holding the shield. Regardless though, it's cool. All of your allies can hold electric shield. Now another plus to this is that 100% of the damage absorbed by the shield will be kind of added up to Volt's static discharge, which, if you don't know what that is, basically the more you walk with Volt, I'll show you at the top of the screen, it builds up damage, and when you do an attack like one of his elements, it will disperse it on that. I'm just going to run around real quick to give you guys another example. So we have 400 or so, and it will also be thrown out into his 4th ability as well, which is very effective. So the more the electric shield takes damage, the more damage it will store up. As you can see, it's already at 1,000 damage, and then we can just discharge it and throw that back onto the enemies. And of course, the more damage it will deal again, it will keep storing that up, but the max is 1,000, so keep that in mind. Yeah, it's dealing a good bit of damage now. Of course, with Volt, it's the closer the enemies are together, the more damage it will deal. They're all about half. Not my favorite augment, but I do like the fact that your teammates can actually pick up the shield now, which is really helpful. The extra bit of electricity damage doesn't seem to affect anything too much, and I do believe it is affected by power strength, so I guess the more strength you have, the better. But if it isn't, that's cool. Next off is MAG. Magnetized discharge is going to basically allow you to kind of remove the weapons from the enemies, kind of like radial disarm, and you'll also be able to cast magnetize a lot more. This augment's going to allow you to detonate it whenever you want to, and of course you can recast it again on another enemy. And when you do detonate it, it has a 50% chance to disarm all the enemies hit by magnetize, which is pretty cool. But for example's sake, we're going to spawn in some heavy gunners, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So there we go, and they're all sucked in there. Now we're going to deactivate it, and there we go. Okay, so a good bit of them lost their weapons. Let's do it one more time. One more time. It's a 50% chance, so they're not going to lose them every single time. There we go. So now they're all just chilling. They're just running after me. It's a great time. It's a great time to be alive. And now you're going to die. But no, I think it's a really cool mod. I think that it could definitely be useful in later game, like I said, when enemies deal a lot more damage than they need to be doing. And yeah, I might have to put into one of my builds. Seems to work pretty well, and I do believe... Oh, I didn't get him that time. I'm pretty sure that power strength affects it. I've done it without power strength before, and it's weird. I've tested this a little bit. You guys can leave in the comments what you guys think. I've done negative strength, and it seems to like really affect it. Really affect them losing their weapons. But when I have more power strength on here, it seems to do a lot better and disarm more enemies. Currently, I have 175% power strength on here, so that's why most of the enemies got disarmed, in my opinion. Now, I don't know if they are affected by power strength. I don't know if this augment is affected by power strength, and if it's not, that's fine. But for the most part, they all get disarmed, which is really cool. I mean, look at that. All you gotta do is pick off like that guy in the back right there, and then look at that. Fantastic. Last but not least is your boy Chroma. Now, Chroma's effigy, his guided effigy, is... Wow, this is quite the augment. In a matter of speaking, you're going to be able to move around effigy without actually having to switch in and out of it. You can tell it where to go, and it will deal a lot more damage. It will do kind of a ram in motion, like a bull charging towards an enemy. And it's going to deal 2,000 damage for everything that hits in its way in its path. And whenever the effigy gets to the spot where you tell it to go, after arrival, it will make a big roar that will stun all the enemies nearby and make them more vulnerable to damage. So really it's really freaking cool, actually. It blows enemies away. It's ridiculous. So I'm just gonna show you guys with some heavy gunners. I don't really need to do anything special. We are going to just jump right here. Okay, we're gonna throw our effigy down, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to make him go over to the heavy gunners. We're just holding. All you gotta do is hold 4 down, or your 4th ability down, and that will tell him where to go. So there we go. He just charged right over there, and he roared. Oh, beautiful. Let's do it one more time so you guys can see. Go right there, B. Just kidding. Go right here. It doesn't consume any energy. Just it's a really cool augment. I mean, you just point where you want him to go, and he will go there. And every time he arrives, he will roar and make enemies vulnerable. So I think it's a really good augment to have. Go down there, B. Go right there. There you go. Give me a roar. Oh, look at that. Just disperse enemies. Oh, I love it. A really good augment. I want to see, though. I want to see if we can get this thing to go happen. There's a thing where it just completely just makes them go flying. Okay, go. See if it works. Come on, blow them away. Blow me away to secret place. Oh yeah, so it's a pretty nice augment, actually. I like it. I don't know how much I'm gonna use it, but I mean the 2,000 damage really is not that much. But I like the fact that it does constantly keep them stunned, and will also blow them away. All right, come right behind them and just like skirt, and just there you go. See ya. So, all in all, pretty good augments. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of these augments. I seem to enjoy all of these. The Volt one's a little on my opinion, but that's out of the 4. That has to be my least favorite one, but they're all pretty great. Anyway, guys, this is update 20.7. Go hop on Warframe on PC right now. It is live. Check out the new augment mods. Get them from your friends. beg, whatever you gotta do to get these augments. They're pretty gorgeous. Just like my ass. My name is M.C.I.K. Or CJ. Subscribe to join the Feline pack today. Can we hit 30,000 dislikes? Maybe likes. Who knows? Find out next week when I post a hoe.